I never thought I would have a baby at a hospital. I always knew that having the kids at home was something that was in my future.
People told me I couldn't have a home birth. I've had women tell me, you have to ask for pre-medications. They say home birth isn't safe, and they say natural birth isn't possible.
The only way you'll really ever know is to be a mom and to have a baby.
What is being pregnant like for you?
Being pregnant is a wonderful transformation that we go through. It's a beautiful thing to celebrate.
The baby's coming, sweetheart.
Okay, I need lots of help.
You got help.
I need really lots of help.
That's your baby, sweetie. That's your baby.
No, it's not.
Yeah. It's
Back room, I don't know if there's any room. This is my questions. And it's my fault too. I'm the one who chose the move date. Oh my gosh.
Now the question
He-Man?
is, does it fit in the doorway?
I could have chosen, hey, let's have the baby and then move when it's nice. But no, I was like, it's Texas. It's July. Let's move now.
We brought ice cream sandwiches and popsicles. You don't even know what that is.
Nope, she's going to find out.
You're like, okay, we need to go inside. Okay.
Things out. We're just like one of the first things we do.
Okay.
I just feel so much more at ease right now that we've moved. It's very, very unnerving being like, oh, we're moving and we don't have a house, especially at the home birth, because that's where you're birthing. So this is actually the room that I'm going to birth in, and I love that it's just really vaulted over, and it's tried to get just set up really nice in here. And it's just that today, there's stuff everywhere, but I just feel really, okay, I'm back at home.
It's always a little bit unnerving to take over from another midwife because you don't know how good that midwife was. Women get very attached, like we get very attached to our clients. Our clients get very attached to us. Whatever she found in that other midwife that attracted her to that midwife, it's always concerning to me that I can match up to that in my own way.
We had a midwife in East Texas, and we had seen her 4 or 5 times, and then we moved here. Bonnie was the 3rd midwife we met with. We just really hit it off with Bonnie. We sat, I think it was probably 30 minutes
At least,
of talking about Star Trek. It's very extremely important for me to have a connection, a personal connection where she comes in and she knows why I have the preferences I have on my birth plan, why I prefer this over another option. And we just really felt comfortable with her. And
It was a good fit.
yeah.
Lizzie really wants to do a home birth, and so it makes her more comfortable, which makes me more comfortable.
I think it's going to be, a nice way for him to come into the world.
Let's go see Charlie's room, also known as Camille's former playroom.
Well, Camille's current playroom.
This will be Charlie's room.
Camille didn't like any of these toys when they were hers, but now that they're given to somebody else, she thinks that they're hers.
Can't get enough of them. I'm a junior, so he will be Christopher Charles Elliot III.
We made sure we have the appropriate amount of Red Sox gear. Chris is a big
Red Sox
fan, so we had to include that.
2 is all I think we can handle. We need to play man-to-man defense. Any more than that, we're outnumbered.
Camille,
I'm
don't
doing all
tear
I
up your
can.
brother's book.
Yeah.
Welcome to our house.
Oh, thanks. Hey, Chris.
Joyce, good to see you.
Yeah. I met Lizzie because Lizzie was interested in being a midwife. So she was my student for a while. Lizzie is a very strong young woman. Not strong in the bad way, strong in a good way. Let's figure out where we're going to put the tub.
Well, we rearranged
We have
the furniture
redecorated.
for Camille.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, last time the bed was there.
Yeah.
Bed was right here, so
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more room.
So we were thinking about putting the tub over in this area. That way the bed would kind of be here and the tub and then the bathroom, so they were all kind of in the same-ish area.
I don't remember. Did you get a new mattress? Because you know how
No.
I am about mattresses. Okay, this is
the same
nice
one.
and firm. Yeah, so we're good. I think that sounds really good. Well, let's go ahead and we'll just make an appointment for Friday. Okay, you want to do that?
Yeah.
We'll see you 10 on Friday at the birth center.
Great.
All right,
We'll be
and
there.
we should have your lab results back by then.
Okay.
So, all right.
As far as the whole, birthing at home or using a midwife, I had never heard of it, never obviously considered it.
I was born at home. I witnessed my sister being born. I never thought I would have a baby at a hospital unless there was some kind of, circumstance that required it. I always knew that having the kids at home or at a birth center was something that was in my future anyway.
Once I met Joyce, my comfort level, grew. She seemed very, very competent, very smart, very caring, and she definitely seemed like what was in the baby and Lizzie's best interest was what was most important.
All right, it's good to see you. All right.
Thanks for coming over.
Hi, good to see you
Very
again,
nice
Chris.
to see you.
Camille, can you say bye?
Bye-bye, Camille.
Say bye.
Bye-bye. Can you blow kisses? I love you too. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.
A couple of years ago, we actually thought we were infertile. And so there was one day that I was really, really sad about it, really working through feelings about it. And I actually went and bought 2 outfits, a little girl outfit and a little boy outfit. And they just found this box and we were going through it. And she already wore her outfit. Thank you, baby. It's my little outfit for him. No socks. I just kind of, if God allows us to have babies, then I'm ready. So, and it's kind of fun that we're having a boy now because I bought one of each. So these are my his first outfit for mommy.
There's a lot of extra risk with gestational diabetes.
You can get what's called pre-labor. Very, very strong, very intense.
About 3 this morning, Morgan woke me up, told me she was having contractions.
I can't.
Are you contracting right this minute?
I think so.
One of the things I love about having a midwife is that we sit and talk and get to know each other.
Come in.
Hello.
Hi. Is the traffic okay?
It was pretty good.
Oh, it's hot out there. Come on in. Okay, have a seat. Tap your fingers and I'll count.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like a visual Doppler.
I know, yeah, it's the old-fashioned way of doing things. Yeah. We had a little something in her urine that might indicate a possible urinary tract infection, and which is highly likely because with the move and everything and the heat, and she probably wasn't drinking enough. The move is finished, and I know that's a big relief for her.
Hit 28 weeks tomorrow.
102 over 52.
Come see Mommy. Come here, Miss Joyce Measure.
You want to come see mommy?
Oh. Oh, love Mommy. Mommy. Where's Charlie?
Where's the baby?
Here.
Can you give baby a kiss? So sweet. Look, want to listen to the baby? You want to hear him?
Let's see if we can find him. Oh, looks like a little foot hanging out there.
Look, here's your baby.
Oh, Charlie's busy.
You hear baby? Is that your brother? Where is he?
There, he slowed down a little bit. That acceleration is really a good sign. He's really doing well. He sounds great. So today we drew your glucose to check for gestational diabetes.
What number on the glucose are we looking for?
Anything under like 140.
If it is over that, what does that mean I get to do?
What do you do?
Yeah.
A couple. We can do a 3-hour to see if you fail that 3-hour.
Okay. Because I know my mom had
Gestational diabetes, yeah. So we'll kind of look at that. Usually if you fail the 3-hour, then what we do is I work with you with send you home with a glucometer and stuff. So
it probably means no more dessert.
Oh, no more Bluebell ice cream.
Oh,
yes.
Man. That's not going to work for me.
Yeah, it will.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, because obviously we can't,
It'll just make him bigger.
It'll make him bigger.
Will he be bigger? If I did have it, would he be bigger no matter what I ate?
No, if you can keep your glucoses down within a normal range, he'll be a normal size.
Okay.
There's a lot of extra risk with gestational diabetes, but if you can control it with your diet, then you can still be under our care. But if you can't control it with your diet, then we have to transfer you out. You don't want that. You want another home birth.
No, I know. No, I don't want any of it. I was just wondering if that was just going to make him big.
But no news is good news for me.
Okay.
So if it comes back fine, your hemoglobin is fine, then you won't hear from me.
Okay.
It's perfect. Somewhere in there. So say I still think he's been kicking me right here for about a week. That I did some birth hurt this last week.
And this first one is
It just says, how do you see yourself as a pregnant woman?
happy.
Happy?
And so these are your words?
What is being pregnant like for you?
The backache. And nervous. Are you nervous?
I think it's just, I know what having a child's like now. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm doing this again.
And I'm really liking the look of this. Your fantasy of birth.
And this is just the image. Every time I think about this birth, I think of Caleb bringing Emma over, and she's kind of leaning over me, and maybe he's even still in the pool with me.
And this picture?
Draw the birth customs in your culture if you were showing them to someone in a different culture, even if they don't represent your own values.
There's a lot of
An
symbolism
IV.
in this, apart from the very obvious. The doctor is a man. That's interesting.
But the nurse is really happy.
The nurse is very happy. Yes, she's very happy.
The doctor's even doesn't look that mean.
No, he doesn't, but he does have a mask.
He does have a mask. That is facing fear.
Okay. So your
And
fear
I think
is
that follows
an emergency.
the other one.
Yeah.
Or even dealing with, I think I put waivers in there. Maybe one part of this is something that needs to be watched at a hospital, but not all of it. So I need to sign a waiver on all these other things. I don't like getting poked. So just any thought of any IV, even I've had an IV once just for saline, and I just don't like IVs.
Having an IV is pretty critical as far as they're concerned. I've had clients that transported to the hospital and refused everything, and the staff just pulled me aside and said, well, what do you want? Are you taking all our tools from us?
These are things I want to remember.
Lose control,
Yeah.
release, trust, love, let go, relax, and don't wait. I think it's wonderful to be able to, to dig deep like this and find, you're finding through art, you're finding all sorts of things about yourself that you probably weren't aware of.
How fast Morgan started moving, and they're like, oh, okay, we better call someone else in.
These contractions aren't stronger than you. You're stronger than them, honey. We are so close.
Oh my gosh, it's really happening.
Okay, I'll whisper to him. Somebody's banging on the door.
I know you're in there.
Sometimes they can trick us. There you go. You got placenta or cord sounds as well as the heartbeat. You can hear the two different sounds there. The whoosh, 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 which is just slightly behind the heart.
It's fun to hear. I like
Yeah.
heartbeat. It was really weird the first time with Emma because I'd never been around babies at all, period. Sort of like, oh wow, there really is something in there. With his, it's a little bit more normal because he's the second, but it's a lot of fun to actually just know what it is.
I'm so glad I'm a woman because I've had that experience of having a baby moving inside me. I just feel so sorry for men who can't experience that. You written up a birth plan? Awesome.
I really don't want to do any kind of herbal, inducements. I'd rather use that as the very last resort. Just be positive. I mean, you're already getting this is for everybody else.
I understand that too.
We do want to actually have the birth in the birthing tub. If we have to do a episiotomy for whatever reason, if it could be during a pushing contraction.
That's the only time I would ever do one.
Caleb has talked about last time he was right behind me, so there was no way. But if he's not, he's talked about being able to be involved in the catching of the baby.
Absolutely. We love it when dads catch.
This is the emergency kit that hopefully we will not have to use.
You don't want to deliver the
Because
baby?
that means it'll be Dr. Elliot, which I don't want to happen.
Joyce left it with us because she is fairly sure that once I do go into labor that it will probably move fairly quickly. I think it makes everybody a little more comfortable to know that there is equipment here just in case something were to happen very quickly.
I see something that requires an injection, though, so I'm not sure about that.
I would probably wind up giving myself the injection if it was up to crash. So how was the drive over?
Traffic.
No.
Traffic. So how are you doing?
Good. Just really starting to get really tired really easily, you know.
Overly tired? Or
Yeah, I mean like tired, like where I just don't feel really great, and if I walk too much, then I'm not really
out of breath?
Yeah. And I think part of it's just not sleeping. I mean, when it takes you a minute to turn over, it's hard to get back to sleep after that. Like, Camille was sick all last week. Like, high fever, up all night. So her having a fever just kind of, it kept me up, too. And she wanted to sleep on top of me, and having an internal hot water heater and an outside hot water heater really gets in the way of any sleep. That was bad.
That was pretty miserable.
You slept through it, admit it.
He didn't.
You just heard about it.
And that was miserable
It was miserable hearing about it, right?
because that was nonstop. That was like 24 hours of hearing about it.
Not nice. It's hard being pregnant with a toddler.
It is rough being with a toddler and being pregnant. Does he feel like he's lower?
Yeah, my tailbone and my pubic bone are really, really sore. So maybe that means he's gonna come out soon.
We don't want him coming out too early.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I wanna go to the state fair first.
When does it open?
Friday.
We're planning on going Saturday, but we'll see.
We'll see, we're going.
Just no wild rides, right?
She just goes for the food.
Pretty much.
Can we see your birth line? Sure. We always kind of like to look it over real quick.
And it says we're going to discuss possibly him catching baby.
Yeah, we've kind of talked about it a little bit, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a new.
It's not technical. It's,
I don't know, last time I felt like I was pulling her head off.
Look how cute her head is, though. It's
she's
fine.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
This one will come out a little easier.
You know what? I'm probably a better witness than a participant. Let's just kind of play it by
Test
ear.
this out. Okay. With the
Let's just see.
With the Sharpie.
Let's see how it's flowing and.
It's not hard for you to verbalize what you want.
Right.
But it's for you just to recognize what you're feeling.
Right.
And then being able to
Okay.
convey, just to tell us what you want. Because that's the most important part, is just kind of connecting with yourself.
You can get what's called pre-labor, and that can be very, very strong, very intense. Some people call it false labor. I do not like to call it false labor because it's doing something, but it may not be established labor.
I assumed what I was doing was if it's daytime, I figured I'd call.
Yes, always call
Always,
and let me
no
know
matter
if
what it was.
anything is
But
going on.
If there's just a little bit, it's not regular.
Anytime you have anything going on, let us know. Oh, okay. There's a time that we wear out our welcome, and I think that. Bye-bye.
I remember her coming up to me a lot and stroking me and saying, "Oh, mommy." I can move if I have to.
You have to.
I need lots of help.
You got help.
I need really lots of help.
We can't see your shirt.
Like a woman?
No, not like
Nerd night. A gathering of the nerds.
Someone has been observing the observers.
It's the highlight of my husband's week.
It's just an aspect of creativity for me.
We got very excited when he heard nerd night. There's a whole night. I can go.
And I have to have a nerd night because otherwise I overload Morgan and she gets really annoyed with me.
But this allows them to have fun and be nerds.
I know, I'm just messing with you. It's fun.
My husband is actually a minotaur. He is a sexy, sexy minotaur. He gets to come and be in a safe, nerd-friendly environment.
How do I think nerd night might change after Logan comes? Probably if I have the baby close to Tuesday night, I probably will say, we're not gonna have nerd night this week. Let's just take a break.
I can't wait for the birth. And I'm scared of birth, honestly, but Morgan tells me it's really not that bad. If it really is terrible, she'll have to pretend that it's fun. Like, oh, push, oh, this is awesome. Then I won't be scared of birth anymore, and then my husband can impregnate me with like tons of nerds, little nerds.
Which is why I gotta half my face in me.
Lizzie.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Good.
Better than I have been.
So you tired?
The baby, he's always moving. Well, and I'm just getting, I guess, uncomfortable and I feel whiny and I feel disabled and I hate feeling like that.
Yeah.
What can I do? Nothing? Have the baby? Great. I love hearing that.
You know, they say you're supposed to validate these things with someone. I understand how you feel.
I don't know, I'm just uncomfortable pretty much.
Yeah.
All around.
Well, I'm anxious to get my hands on him.
Very good.
Can we do that? Sure. Okay, great. Stretch out. Let's see where
I
he
feel
is.
like-
Do you feel like you've dropped any?
I don't know, I can't tell. I mean,
Sweet tummy.
didn't really feel like it.
He's pretty far down there. Look, a little kick right there. We're at 34 weeks. He's blotting great. Yeah.
I got a dark line with Camille, the lane, and I don't seem to be getting it this time.
I know, that's weird because that's what I call your boy line.
Well, all those myths we break them all.
Oh, no, you've fulfilled a few.
Boy myths.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Those are X-rated though. We're not talking about those.
And that part's over. Not necessarily about my choosing. He's uncomfortable with any like intimacy at all. Like he won't. He's like, I feel like he stays away from me on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't let it hurt my feelings because I know he's just awkward with it, and I know it's just uncomfortable for him.
Sex is fine during pregnancy, and it's actually a very normal part of our lives.
I feel like it's a big part of your marriage, and I feel like if you stop too soon, then that's going to cause a little bit of a rift. At least it would at my house.
If a woman is having preterm issues or is having a lot of contractions or it looks like she might be threatening to have the baby early, there are very few, that would be a good reason for what we call pelvic rest.
He's starting to get kind of weird about it because the baby's movements are so exaggerated, and I think that he can kind of feel the baby moving anytime he's close to me, and you can see the baby moving. I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's a child in there.
As Lizzie says, a third party being there is something that's just difficult for them.
And I think for him, he kind of feels that it could hurt the baby, or somehow it could cause labor.
It's not that they're not a loving and a partner or any for any other reason. They're concerned. I'm gonna just see what he does with a little stimulation. Oh boy, look at that movement. Great acceleration. He looks great. All right, we'll see you in 2 weeks then.
All right.
Super. Okay, I'll do the head so you don't get freaked out this time, then you can do everything else, okay?
All right.
All right.
I could just feel this turmoil. Like I was thrashing in the water, yelling. Just trying to get the last of Logan's diapers sewn up before he gets here. We started with Emma in disposable diapers, and after about 6 months we realized that they were really expensive. So we started looking into some other options. So I decided to take some of the diapers that we had bought, got some paper and some measuring, and measured a little bit and made some patterns. Kind of whipped up a little one that I liked. Really, there's not a lot to it, and a little bit of elastic. And I just started making them for Emma, and I've got a couple just solid colors here, but I decided, you know what? I think my daughter needs to wear fun colors. I've got a lot of pink ones and a lot of flowery ones for Emma, and so I'm trying to work on some manly boy diapers for Logan before he gets here.
Is she painting a flower on Mommy's belly? When I was pregnant with Camille, I did a plaster belly cast. Chris and I made it together. Now kind of doing this time, just something different and creative, and the belly seems like such an easy canvas to work with.
That's one of the things I like about doing the bellies.
See him moving?
Yeah, I just think it's the coolest thing that there's a little person in there. Henna is made from the powdered leaves of a henna plant, and lemon and sugar and essential oils. And lavender oil is the most gentle of the oils, so I always use it on the mama bellies.
Some days they're gonna be, the dog's gonna be barking, the phone's gonna be ringing, and there's gonna be somebody at the door, and the baby's gonna be crying, but something that you take a day at a time and just, go with it.
I think being pregnant is just an amazing experience. It's just a wonderful transformation that we go through, and it's a beautiful thing to celebrate. And this is a fun way to celebrate that and to have a nice picture for your baby album and make it a little bit special.
My body did exactly what it was supposed to last time, so just hoping kind of the same thing goes this time. I remember it being somewhat painful, but I don't remember exactly what the pain feels like, but I'm sure when it happens, it's gonna come right back to me. Being pregnant is not something that you obviously are all the time, so it's kind of, you only have a certain time in your life to be able to do something fun to remember it by. Since this is it, the last time I'll ever have it.
So about 3 this morning, Morgan woke me up, told me that she was having contractions.
She called Bonnie. Bonnie couldn't make it.
She hurt her back. I don't know how.
So she sent me, her student.
Texted her. She had Nicole come over and check Morgan, and she was 3 centimeters at that point, about 50% of face. And with how fast Morgan started moving initially, they were like, oh, okay, we better call someone else in. So that's how we have the other midwife.
When I arrived, she had actually rested for a while, gone to sleep after being up all night, and her contractions had stopped.
I initially checked her and found her to be 1, and then I kept searching, and my instincts told me to, stay with the 1, but I felt the vaginal wall instead and found her to be 3.
I've done it before. It can be very convincing. Don't feel bad. As it turns out, she's actually at about 1 centimeter. You can stay at 1 centimeter with the second baby for a week or 2. You're still a little bit before your due date, right?
This is 2 weeks before today.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because sometimes you have a session of warming up that seems really like the real thing, and you make a little progress and then stop. Okay. So we're going to let her eat really good food today and rest and just enjoy this rainy weather. She'll have a baby, just probably not today. Sweetie, I'm sorry.
Blow? No. I want you to blow.
I can't. Don't do that, please don't.
So don't talk anymore, don't talk anymore. No! It was, it was completely unexpected because you don't know when you're going to go into labor, and I was only 37 weeks, 2 days, so I figured I still had, at least another week. And I'd had sporadic, just random contractions throughout the day, but I'd been having that for several weeks, so, I just kind of ignored it and went along with the day. And I told Chris that maybe, I was having some contractions to, be aware, and it was Sunday, so he was watching football and was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Ooh, nice, relaxed, you're doing great.
And then they progressively started getting closer together, so I called Joyce at about 5:30 that evening, and I had already been 3 centimeters dilated at the previous visit at 36 weeks. So she said that she wanted to come over.
That's a good one, Liz. Lots of strength and power behind that one.
The tub was really nice because he kind of had gone up a little bit higher. He wasn't as low as he was, so I was able to kind of get in a position that brought him down. And the tub just really helps, the warm water helps, and just the gravity helps to kind of take the pressure off of just your whole bottom half.
A dog go loose. That's it. Good job. Let your baby come down. Yep. And he's rubbing on her, and that's good. And I just didn't know if he was staying back because I was.
Okay, give him that. We'll give him that and see, because I know that's what she wants. The stronger they are, they work, the closer your baby is. Just waiting for you to feel that pressure.
And all of a sudden, my body just started pushing. I got faint.
Yeah. So we really need to get her down.
I'm pushing! Ah!
You want to deliver in the pool?
Yeah. No, I don't care. And that was also the point I hit transition. I wasn't feeling like I could do it. It was too much. I just was done. I wasn't going to finish this. I can't.
Are you contracting right this minute?
I think so. I can move if I have to.
You have to.
I need lots of help.
You got help.
I need really lots of help. Oh, I really need help. Because it's coming. I need help. I need help.
Focus.
Your shoes fully already.
It's too hot. It's too hot.
Out of the water.
No ice. Could ice help? Felt chaotic, and I could just feel this turmoil. I felt like I was thrashing in the water. I felt like I was yelling, and I need to calm down.
Yes, you do. Just relax.
Baby on ice.
Thank you.
You're feeling faint, but I want you to take some slow, deep breaths. Here's some water. And we probably need to get you out of the warm water, okay?
I did not want to have him actually in the tub, so I didn't want to have to worry about getting out of the tub just in case, you know, there's any stitches and stuff needed.
Breathe.
And I remember her coming up to me a lot and stroking me and saying, "Oh, Mommy."
Oh, well, that's just too cute. Future midwife, please. I want that on the website. Lizzie, you can push if you've had pressure, honey.
So I was trying to just kind of put myself back into that moment of just the feeling of how you feel when you see your baby for the first time and knowing that you did it and that everything's fine. And so that's really what I was picturing.
These contractions aren't stronger than you. You're stronger than them, honey. Lizzie, let's take a check. Let me check you for a second and let's see what's going on. Liz, you got just a lip. You're probably about 9 babies right here. It's almost complete.
Okay.
Maybe 9.
So that means we're getting close.
We are so close.
Oh my gosh, it's really happening.
Liz, you could push when you're ready.
See, last time it freaked me out. I thought we were pulling the whole head off.
No, they're more resilient than you think. So, well, okay, I'll do the head so you don't get freaked out this time, and you can do everything else, okay?
All right.
All right.
Back. No. Okay. Ow! That's your baby, sweetie. That's your baby. No, it's not.
You don't think so?
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's him.
Ow! Oh.
Yeah, because he's right behind him.
Oh,
We're fine.
I don't want to.
Come on. Bring him down. Oh, super, Liz.
Good job.
Lots of movement.
Good job, babe.
Good job. Don't focus on the pain. Don't focus on how crappy this feels when they come through you. Focus on what you're going to get. Let me have him right here. Oh, you're moving him beautifully, honey. Good job.
Good job.
Lots of movement. Oh, yeah, you're moving him with a contraction. Great. I saw his head.
I can't. Oh, oh.
Okay. Ow, ow.
Go, 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 go. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Ow!
Yeah.
I can't.
Honey, he's like almost in a crown. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I can't.
Okay. Okay.
Can't.
Okay. Well, no. I want you to blow. I want you to blow.
I can't.
Yes, you
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
No, I
You got it.
can't.
Just let him do it himself then. Turmoil.
Huge, huge, huge. I know, honey.
Oh, oh, I can't. It hurts too bad.
I know. This is that ring or fire, remember? No, wait, Liz, wait. Don't, no.
Because you don't want to get stitched.
I know you want him out.
Blow,
but
blow, 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 blow.
No, I can't. Look. I have
Good
to push.
job. Not too much. Let your body do it. Okay. Just let him sit there for a minute, honey.
Nah, you already got half a head out.
And just without a contraction, give me a little push, little push. Okay. Whoa, low. Okay. All right, a little bit more. He's coming. All right, go ahead and push him out now, sweetie. Legs apart.
Give him lots of room.
Come on. Chris, get down here, sweetie.
I'm here.
Come on, give me a push. Heads out, sweetie.
Oh.
Come on. Chris, come on.
No, you got this.
Just pull him out.
Pull the baby out.
Come here.
I promise you, you're good.
This is the part I wanted you to do, Chris.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, time at birth. Somebody get the time. 9:20. All right. Warm towel? Pat? All right. Oh, good.
Charlie's here.
The baby over mommy's tummy. We came out to see you. To meet you.
Oh, there was water broke. They're all different. So much more intense. So cute.
You did amazing. That's very hard to do, and you did a really good job at that.
Well, you said not to push on.
I know, you did great.
Your body pushes all by itself. We just don't want you to help it.
Oh, you did super.
Charlie's here.
Baby,
Look at that.
It's Charlie. Is that your brother?
feels real.
All right, sorry.
Sweet girl.
Oh, the baby over mommy's tummy. We came out to see you. To meet you.
But she's taken to him, I think, pretty well. She tries to, give him a hug all the time, and she'll give him a kiss. And I think she really likes him. And I think she's starting to kind of get that he's her brother and not just some new toy in the house.
Oh, there was.
Ooh, there's the water.
Water broke. So different than they're all different. So much more intense. Don't do that, please don't.
Well, I can't really tell you actually then.
Okay.
But you look like you say you feel burning. So
Don't
that's the
talk
baby
anymore.
moving.
Don't talk anymore. No.
No.
Suddenly, I felt him descend. It was just like completely changed where he was in my body.
A lot of progress right now.
You did great.
Small. Okay. Good job, Morgan. Good job.
So we're checking for a cord around the neck.
You're doing fine.
Can I push him out?
Yes, if you have a contraction. No. Okay.
Is he born?
No, just the head.
Oh, that's born.
The head's born.
Okay, here.
Let his head turn. Okay. Okay. You're doing fine. Let his little head turn. Give him some room. Good. Good.
Push down hard.
Okay, push. Good. Good. You're doing great. Good, you're good. Here. Yay! Yeah, towel. Okay. Towel. Hurry. There's a baby. And a cry. Last, Kathleen.
Hey, you.
She said, "Look at your beautiful baby boy," and I said, "I can't do it yet. I cannot look at him."
I know. He's doing. That's great.
His heart's beating so fast.
I know. You did a good job.
Kathleen,
Baby's coming.
the couch ready
No,
for the
too
delivery of the placenta. Put a couple chug packs down if you don't mind. Thank you.
Should we get her on something?
It looks like her twin.
Yes. Come here, sweetheart. Bless your little heart. All right, let's weigh you. Drum roll. So how much do you think?
Probably about the same size as Camille.
All right, Chris, come here and hold this up, and let's see what he weighs. What do you think?
7.5. A little over 7.5.
Is that what Camille weighs?
7'6".
7'8".
Hair over.
Yes, you are a boy. I'm so happy.
Right in the middle of that.
You did great. Yeah, we did very little. Not that you let us, you know. Hey, what a precious, precious kid.
He's 19 3/4.
Let's get it centered.
Okay, 7, 4.
Toes.
We'll get you 2 times 5, no webs. Perfect. Cute.
I have a baby.
You know, I'm not sure even if I could describe it that you would really understand the feeling of seeing your child for the first time. I mean, it's one of those kind of feelings that I think you could have a million kids and that feeling would never be less amazing. I think it would always hold the same value. I mean, just seeing, you know, something that your body has made and grown and, you know, kept alive and then, you know, delivered is such an amazing feeling. I mean, it's just this huge adrenaline rush that I feel like there's no way you can ever have that feeling from anything else that would happen in your life. I mean, at least for a woman, the only way you'll really ever know how that feeling is to be a mom and to have a baby.
It's just I'm at home and had a baby, and now I'm going to live my life and take care of this baby.
I've noticed the increased confidence in her. I've noticed she is more sure of herself and very much more able just to tackle the world on her own terms.
The process of home birth, especially because it's so out of the mainstream, requires us to be more informed. We have to know more of what's going on. I feel like I'm about to cry. One of the things that I remembered at that moment was at the end of the day, the birth tub was still set up and everybody had left. And I looked over at Caleb and I was like, people told me I couldn't do that. They say home birth isn't safe, and they say natural birth isn't possible. I've had women tell me it's not possible. You have to ask for pain medication. It's not possible to go through labor. And I looked at Caleb and I was like, I just did both of those things. That is safe home birth without medication, without needing it.